this video, this screen video, is just a how-to on how to build a transaction tracker email template in Outlook. It's a pretty simple process, pretty easy, just sort of building out the hierarchy of an email template using images and copy that is sent to you through the transaction tracker folder that you purchased. To go about building it, the very first thing you need to do to be able to build this template is when you click a new message, go over here where the new message is, go over to table, click the drop down menu, and then scroll down till you have about 7 items. All right, and then first thing you want to do after you get your table is click this and center it. And just to explain real quick, the reason why you would put a table here is just to place everything, the image and the text and your email signature, all into a organized design way. Because if you were to insert an image onto a blank Outlook new message draft, it'll just jump over here in the left corner and there's no real way to be able to adjust it. Here, I'll show you for an example. If I just click below here and I click this picture icon and picture from file. Okay, from the folder, you want to click on slider images. Pick whichever one that you want to use. That'll probably depend on your brand and the colors that you use for your brand. Otherwise, you just pick whichever color you want to work with. Say if we want to do buyers, we'll use this consultation picture and just hit insert. So now you see what's happening here. I can click and drag it, and there's no real way to organize it. And the reason why we have a table is to do exactly that, to be able to organize it. What I can do is, I think I can click and drag this and have it just drop in the table right there. But let's actually go back and do this the right way. So if I click in here, this first table, if I click this again, this is what you should do. Again, so let's say that we're building out our consultation email template. I'll click on consultation JPEG, insert it, and boom, image is in right there. Next, we want to insert our copy. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this folder over here, and then I'm going to open up the email text folder. By the way, I'm using an Apple computer. You may be using a Microsoft computer, PC, and that's fine. There really shouldn't be anything quite different. The interface of Outlook might look different, but it's all the same application. So we're using buyer consultation. So I'm going to open this up, open up this text menu, and then I want to copy and paste everything below the copy and paste text into email body, everything below here. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to stop before I go to up next. And there's a reason why, and I'll show you in just a minute. But first, I'm going to copy this body text. I'm going to click into this next cell. So I'm going to paste this copy in here. Cool. I'm going to give myself a little bit of space after the image. And what I like to do is just highlight the insert name and actually color it based on the colors that I'm using. So an easy way to do that is just use this eyedropper tool and then just click that. I'll use the darker color. I think it'll look better on the white. Cool. So we have all this, and this is something that is specific. Delete if already pre-approved. If your client is already pre-approved, then this is something that you would delete. If they aren't pre-approved, then you would just delete this part because they don't need to see that. So we're just going to assume that they're not pre-approved yet. Leave this in. Hit another space just to Give myself some new room. Okay, cool. So we have our body. We're going to add in the next part. And the next part is this right here, the up next. So I'm not going to paste it in this one. I'm actually going to paste it into the fourth cell. Click that. Then what I'm going to do is highlight, and I'm going to center this. I'm actually going to make it bigger. Let's see what 20 font size looks like. Okay, I think I can dig with that. That looks pretty good. I wonder if I can just adjust this just a little bit. And then to be able to center it, you highlight the cell, right click, and then I'll probably do align center like that. Cool. Now it's like in the center. It's not like centered at the top. We're giving ourselves some space, and it just looks overall more pleasing. So the next part is what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a fill in this bar and this bar. I'm going to color it the same blue that I'm using just to kind of provide just like extra dynamic in the design. I'll show you how I do that right now. So I'll start with this row first. I'm going to right click, and then I'm going to click borders and shading. So this menu pops up. We want to click on shading. Then we want to click on where it says no color underneath the fill. And then go down to recent color. We're going to click that blue. That's the blue that we've been using. And before you hit OK, click this drop-down menu where it says apply to and hit cell. That way, we're specifically filling in the color of that cell and not the entire table. That's important. And if you accidentally do it, you can just undo it. There we go. Cool. Now we got to fill. It's a little too tall for me. So what I'm going to do is actually adjust the font size. Doing that will adjust the height of the cell. So I'm going to just click on the lowest. Cool. That's pretty good for me. So we're going to do the exact same thing for this cell. I'm going to right click, hit borders and shading again. Click on shading. Click on no color. Add that blue, click cell, and hit OK. And then click on 5. Boom. There we go. Sweet. So we got that part in. The next part, there's just like a small little tag, a little extra blurb about, you know, how you're going to take care of your client. Paste that in. Remember, give yourself some space there. Awesome. And then this last cell, I think what you can use that for is just adding a signature. This is where I would do it. And then if this is, if it makes sense for you to attach any forms with this template, that's not like, you know, pre-written with the client in mind, you can go ahead and just attach that just by hitting attach right here and just adding, you know, adding whatever files you want to attach. Cool. So we have like our organized, nicely designed email template for the buyer consultation. The very last thing you do before you save it as a template is you want to get rid of this border, right? We want to get rid of this table border. So how we do that, click this directional icon up here. That way you select all. Right click, click on borders and shading. This time we're going to stay in the borders window. Then we're going to go over here where it says setting, click none. And we're going to have that apply to the whole table. We hit OK, and boom, there we go. Looks pretty good, right? Sweet. So this guy's ready to go. Like, you can either begin you know, filling this out for a client, but what I would recommend you to do before you do that is save this as a template. That way you don't have to build this whole thing out again It's already made for you. You just need to, copy and paste the client name, add whatever sort of personal stuff that's applicable to that client, and add any attachments. And of course, an added signature, but that should already be done before you save the template. So now we're going to save the template. How are you going to do that in Outlook? You go up to File, Save as Template. It's so easy. Cool. And then pick where you want to save it. If you want, you can just save it in the folder where you keep everything as far as the transaction tracker stuff. So let me go back to Save as Template. And then you can just call it buyer-1 consultation template. Something like that. And you just hit save. And then boom, you got a new template. So anytime you want to open that back up, hit File, Open. This gives me the option of on my Mac. I think it'll say on my PC for you PC users. Click on that. Select this, open it. And then there you go. Template is saved. This goes the same methodology in the process of building out all your email templates. There's about 16 in total. Sounds like a lot, but between buyers and sellers, you got 8 in each. But it should only take you 20-25 minutes top, and you never have to build them again. So yeah, when you open this back up, fill out this information, adjust it how you need to. Subject can be, "It was nice meeting you." Boom. Then you're ready to go.